KO'd, like in UFC. Somebody just slept me.
It is all over.
Yeah, like I'm just laying on the mat, and it's just...
Is that copyrighted?
There's nothing... There's just nothing salvageable on this current roster. I'm talking everyday players. Yeah, there's some nice pitchers. Like I really like Harrison. I love Logan Webb. You know, I love Camilo Duvall. But that's not enough. And right now, the overall team ERA is horrible. The overall everyday player status is horrible. And they've got a bunch of guys that I don't have any emotional connection to. And I'm watching not just good players play for the Dodgers, generational players. Freddie Freeman would be the best player on the Giants since Buster Posey. He's the third person you think about,
Joe,
when you think about the Dodgers.
Their top 3 hitters are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
All 3 of them are going to the Hall of Fame.
Betts is a generational player.
Shohei Ohtani might be the greatest player to play the sport ever. And we're talking about the offense right now. He hasn't even pitched the ball this year. He's going to do that next year, by the way.
But like, it's not just the Dodgers, too. Like, yes, that's my rival. They kicked my butt. I look down at San Diego, and it's like, they're having so much fun.
They are.
So much fun.
And they're like an average team in the standings, but they're still having fun at the games.
But there's something to talk about.
Yeah.
Machado and Tatis. There's always something. Musgrove. There's something. I look at Arizona. They've got Corbin Carroll, and they've got a lot of other young players coming through. You know, Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen. They've got players, and it's just like the Giants have nothing. They
do have play. Like they have Webb. They have Harrison. I do think Jordan Hicks has been a positive. So I don't want it to be totally doom and gloom, but for the everyday players, that's what really connects with people. Yes, Timmy was great. Every so-and-so days is Timmy Day, right? That was great. I need a Buster Posey in there too.
Joey, if I told you 6 years after Farhan got hired that they would go through multiple managers and you would have 2.5 pitchers and half a catcher.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good.
We're not far along enough.
No.
We're just not there. All right, let's go to SF Bay Drummer in Houston. What do you got? Step right up, no wedding. I'm pretty down sad right now when it comes to my Giants.
The season, I mean, hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe?
What's up, man?
But not much. But you know, at the beginning of the season, I was told, you know, or we were told as fans, like, you know, it was going to be an improvement. So I asked my dad, Mr. D. I was like, man, you know, the Dodgers going to be in town on your birthday, you know, today. Shout out to Mr. D. And I was like, you know, you want to go to the game? He's like, nah, man, I don't want to see that. But yeah, man, like, what I would like the Giants to do, like, just going forward for this year, man, just get Chapman and Snell, like, really healthy and productive, and just trade them, man. I'm with you, Shasky. We got to bottom out, man. Like, it's just too much horrible bad play. We need a sense of direction, and we need a new GM that's going to have a plan and, like, develop these young guys and, like, stop getting fooled for these free agents that we have to overpay for. We need to get homegrown stars and then complement the homegrown stars with free agency. And good job in the A chair, Shasky. I'm proud of you. Okay. And don't miss that break, doggy.
That's a new one.
I like that.
Cut that. Don't miss that break, doggy.
The most exciting part of your game can't be when Brock Purdy's throwing out an opening pitch.
No, the most exciting part of the game is where the opposing player hits a home run, and that's Shohei Ohtani. Like that was what brought the ballpark to excitement. Even Giants fans were probably like, oh my God. Like, I think it was a bunch of Giants fans that were on the concourse too, like, oh my God, I just got a Shohei Ohtani, like, home run. Like, it was a bunch of, like, group of guys, like a little, like, frat bros and stuff like that. They're having a great time. That was the opposing player hitting it. Usually, it would be disgust, Joe Shasky.
You throw the ball back.
You throw the ball back. And I'm not, hey, by the way, I'm not doing that for Shohei Ohtani or Mike Trout or whoever.
Well, my favorite is when they throw a different ball back.
Yeah, exactly. And, whoever did that at I think it was the Phillies game or the Dodgers game. It was so good. And yeah, by the way, like the kids that throw it back and stuff like that, that always cracks me up. But it can't be the opposing players hitting home runs is more exciting than your own. That's like Oakland A's stuff the last couple of years. We keep bringing up that team because they're right across the bay. But again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hammer it in. That's a team that's trying to lose, doesn't have a home, has three different names, and they're more exciting than you are. They're more exciting, and they're trying to lose. I feel like Nick in San Jose. Brent Rooker would be the best player on this team. Brent Rooker. You're going to pick him out of that on the street right now. And by the way, I couldn't pick up anyone out on the street except for Matt Chapman, maybe because that mustache. I love you, Chappie. I have a horrible mustache too, so I'm right there with you. Like, come on. Like, that's the guy I'm picking out on the street.
Here's the question that I have for you.
If I see Mookie Betts walking down, I see Freddie Freeman, I see Shohei Ohtani, they stick out.
Yeah, of course. Here's the question I have
They're
for Giants
also
fans.
really tall, except for Mookie.
888-957-9570. It's a very simple question to end the show. Is this rock bottom right now? Jung-Hoo Lee out for the year. No, I'm talking about like this next 3 months that you're going to endure. Jung-Hoo Lee out for the rest of the year. That's what's probably going to be. All right. Kyle Harrison, still young, nowhere near his prime. Logan Webb getting basically reenacting the Matt Cain career where he gets 0 run support and we expect him to win 1-0 every game and get his own home run, by the way, when he does that. And even though he doesn't bat anymore because of the DH.
Yeah,
you have not one everyday player who's young, who people like. You have to trade these pieces away. You need a new front office. This feels like rock bottom. This, to me, feels very reminiscent of 2015, 2016 San Francisco 49ers. They need their Kyle Shanahan.
Can I answer this one first?
Sure.
No, I'm going to disagree with you, Shasky. I don't think this is rock bottom because I think there's always ways for this to get worse. I don't know how. That's kind of the fun of it. Loose use of the word fun there. But no, I mean, anything else could happen the rest of this year. More guys could get hurt. More guys could fall off a cliff. I mean, what if it's July and the Giants getting blown out 10-0 every night and Chapman, Snell, and Soler are absolutely untradeable assets? Then you're stuck with them again, and it's going to keep getting worse throughout the rest of the season. So does this feel like rock bottom? Absolutely. But no, there's probably always ways that it can get even worse from here.
You have been at the forefront of just try to be competitive, try to be competitive, try to be competitive. Process of elimination. Has the Giants fan completely dismissed the 70 to 85 win team that has a bunch of journeymen trying to be competitive? Have we not dismissed that team?
I think we get to the part where, yeah, fans don't want to lose with old guys who are not a part of the future. What has
been the fear?
I would rather lose with guys like Ramos, Matos, Schmidt trying
nobility.
Every day.
There's no nobility in coming in with a 77-win team with a $170 million payroll.
No.
That's called bad business.
That's called bad team building, and it's what gets baseball executives fired.
Exactly.
Well, and we'll see. We'll see if that happens this year. Again, I'm very skeptical to see if Farhan actually...
Why?
Because he's done this the last 2 years and hasn't gotten fired. Like he was coming off give him the 1 year where he came off the amazing season, they were average. I think most people...
1 year was the worst thing that ever happened.
No, it was. Because it reset expectations where it's like, oh, you know what? We saw what Farhan could be. And then we had a whole offseason last year. What was it? Oh, Aaron Judge. He's going to come here. Oh, my God. He was never coming here. It was the biggest load of crap we were ever served with some peanuts and a cherry on top.
Farhan
and then, actually, no, there was an even bigger load of crap this past offseason when you thought you were getting Shohei Ohtani or Yamamoto. Please. It's a joke, but they're not coming here.
But free agency was the only avenue because you failed to identify, draft, and develop your own players.
Yes.
And this is the part that I have a hard time swallowing. How does a team with the resources that the San Francisco Giants have, how are they behind the 8 ball on a team with 0 revenue like the Oakland A's when it comes to drafting, developing, and finding talent?
Well, that's Billy Beane. He's still there. But again, we gave Farhan Zaidi the credit that should have been attributed to David Force, who's the GM there now, to Billy Beane, to Andrew Friedman, who's the president of baseball ops down in Los Angeles, who came from Tampa. We thought we were getting bits and pieces in that, and if I'm a Giants fan, we thought we were getting that aspect coupled with the payroll. So yes, it's Moneyball on steroids.
What is there to be proud of Giants fans? Like Joe?
Oh, the ballpark, the uniforms. No, I'm serious. Like that's why I'm coming if I'm a fan still, because the ballpark and the atmosphere
and the feel goods
yes.
of like, hey, this is what my family ritualistically.
And there is something to that because that's amazing.
Agree.
Because you could.
I had a great time opening day.
You could be, because if you didn't, you'd be the A's right now. If you didn't have that ballpark, you'd be the Oakland Athletics, and it would be 6,000 people every day.
I don't even know if there would be that many.
But that's Candlestick, right?
I know.
That's where we're going. That's what it would have been like.
Yeah.
So you at least you have that to look forward to.
They've got to switch something up here. They just have to. I cannot.
No, I feel bad for you right now.
This.
They've rip the joy from you. I feel more joy from you when you talk about your Bronco team.
Yeah, because you know why? Because I watch hope. And when I see Michael Conforto, you know what I say to myself? Okay, he has a great year. It doesn't matter. He's leaving. He's not here. He will not be. Michael Conforto will not be a Giant next year. Mike Yastrzemski should not be a Giant next year. Not because he's not a decent player. It's because we're going nowhere with him.
Is it possible they could have a fire sale?
I would trade everyone.
Deadline?
I would jump the line of everyone.
You can even get anything.
Well, I think you can get.
Yes, you get anything.
Yes, you can get some things.
Yes, you can get anything.
I guess, yeah, you'll have to eat some salary. But Spino, you kind of made a point that, the last 2 years they've been putting up with this from Farhan. You guys remember we had John Shea on yesterday, and he mentioned, that ownership might be losing patience, or he thinks that ownership is finally starting to lose patience with Farhan, which for me personally, that's the first time I've heard someone who's, connected with, Bay Area baseball coming out and publicly saying that people above Farhan Zaidi are starting to tire of his presence. So I don't know if they would actually fire him in season, but you talk about they needed changes. This could be the year if things do not turn around, regardless of who's on the field. This could be the last few months of Farhan Zaidi. And if you're looking for a positive for the Giants, that might be it.
Sorry not to cut you off there, Sammy. No, it's a great point. Again, garlic fries and baseball guys, if you want more of this back and forth with Joe Shasky, Sam Lubman, hey, garlic fries and baseball guys got locked and loaded. Find it wherever you find your podcasts. You guys are doing a hell of a job. It is kind of poetic that it is against the Dodgers, though, because Farhan was there, right? And this was the no. He was there, Joe Shasky, and this is what a lot of Giants fans thought they were going to get, is what they're looking at with the Dodgers. Not to the same level. You're never going to get 3 MVPs.
It's like the Browns acquiring Romeo Cornell and thinking they were going to get Belichick and Brady. It's like, give me a break.
No, but he also had success prior to that, again, in Oakland. So you thought you were getting some of that. It's just, you have to rip the Band-Aid off at some point. And if this is the year, this is the year. But I do think if we're going desirability factor, and we like to talk about here in the Bay Area when it's comes to who wants to coach the Warriors? Like, this is a tough job. Like, Steve Kerr, I don't wish this on anyone. Oh, Kyle Shanahan, the expectations there. I mean, he's got a great offense and players. I would love to coach there. But this job right now with the San Francisco Giants, is this the least attractive job outside of maybe the Colorado Rockies in sports?
No, you have a war chest of money. Like, it's not like they don't spend money. They have a war chest.
I mean, the Rockies have money too. They spend, but they can't really get anyone to come there. The Giants can't get anyone to come there.
Giants have been top 12 in payroll for the last however many years. They always spend money, okay?
Not wisely.
No, I know, but and it's a pitcher's ballpark. So on some level, you will be able to acquire pitchers. Not necessarily hitters, but you can do that.
You think this is a still attractive job right now in Major League Baseball?
Absolutely. If someone was going to take over the Baltimore Orioles, because that's when they changed a lot of their things, was 2018. If Baltimore was a desirable location, how can the Giants, with all of their success over the years, this is the most appreciated big brand in sports.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another.
The New York Giants and the San Francisco Giants are almost in the exact same spot.
Yeah, Jets I would throw in there. Yeah, but they have Aaron Rodgers, so they're kind of like, whatever.
But here's the difference. Like, we've done a lot of bashing at Jed York, and I've probably been at the front of the line. I'll give Jed this. I do think Jed wants to win a Super Bowl maniacally.
Oh, I know he does.
I do. Now, does he sometimes celebrate before they cross the finish line? Sure. And that's fine. He's put his money where his mouth is. He's gotten out of the way. He's done 99% of the things I need right as an owner.
And he hasn't meddled. That's another thing, too. He hasn't done like a Jerry Jones or an Al Davis.
And he's not telling people, this is what we need to do to win. The Giants came out and they're like, we need to do Moneyball to win. Why? You won without Moneyball.
We literally...
Why?
Well, that's the thing in this, too. Because when you were winning, you saw what Moneyball was across the Bay. And the A's were really good.
But the Moneyball never won anything.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It was really good until what? Until the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you're going up against Justin Verlander.
Exactly.
And I need Tim Lincecum, and I don't have him.
Exactly.
And I love Sonny Gray. He was great. And then he was gone. And I love Josh Donaldson. He was great. And then he was gone.
How's Moneyball's business model been for Oakland A's fans in terms of connecting the fans to the product?
Just look at it right now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of factors into it, but that was part of it.
Are the Padres playing Moneyball? Because I've never seen more Padre fans in my life.
Yeah.
How about the Orioles?
For the A's, really quick, I mean, if the A's were able to hold on to all those Moneyball players, I think we're having a bit of a different story.
No, well, that's the thing. The fans,
it
hurt the fans so much to see the jerseys that I can't wear a Chapman or an Olsen jersey because they're going to leave. I'm not going to buy a Josh Donaldson jersey because he's going to leave. I'm not going to buy a Sonny Gray jersey because he's going to leave. And that's what happens to each and every one of those players. At least the Giants, they're extending Logan Webb, right? You'd hope that, well, when the time comes, if Patrick Bailey is that guy, you extend him and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Comparing it to the A's is difficult, but how can you not, though, when this is the product you're getting and the A's are still better than you?
Well, the thing I fear the most is the A's leaving this particular market and the Giants going, well, we could still be very profitable.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to necessarily feel the winner, but we could be very profitable by just fake competing, which is what I feel like they're doing now.
Because where else are we as baseball fans going to go to?
Exactly.
No, I big fearing that too, especially with Mission Rock across the bay. If that ever starts bringing in money for them, like that's just another cash cow, and they don't need to worry about baseball money as much because they got that real estate money sinking in.
That's why I think the greatest thing that would have actually been good for the Giants, and people may think this is crazy, but I think if Joe Lacob ever did get his hands on the Oakland Athletics, I think it would force the Giants to look at themselves in the mirror, because Joe Lacob would run that thing like a first-class organization, and he knows what winning is like. And I think that would have forced Charles Johnson and co. to, you know what, look at themselves and be like, maybe we aren't doing things the right way.
Yeah, I want to ask you one last question.
Did I distract you or something?
No. They got in my ear. I was like, what? Huh?
No, you're good.
Not used to driving.
No, you're doing a great job.
If Jed York ran the Giants, what would he do with Farhan?
Oh, he'd be gone.
Yeah.
Well,
Jed York.
NFL is just
Jed York.
We don't put up NFL. They just don't put up with that kind of crap.
Jed York's not.
Real raise banners for 107 win seasons.
Winning with class.
What about Joe Lacob?
Yeah, you're gone.
Yeah. All right.
Farhan would have been fired 5 different times.
Now, Joe Lacob is only known. I'm interested to see the post Steph Curry years of Joe Lacob, and whenever Steve Kerr, if he ends up going, what that's going to look like, because he's only known success pretty much.
What about Vivek up in Sacramento? What would he have done?
He's he doesn't like losing.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I don't even put him on the same level as those other two guys.
No, but he wants to win.
Agreed. And he deserves credit for that.
Yes.
What about Ballmer down in L.A.?
Oof, yeah, he's feeling it now. He's got a new building and stuff like that. This is not something he would want. He would probably let them go.
I'm just going California here. Would San Diego stick with their current trajectory?
Well, they got rid of Bob Melvin real quick, didn't they?
100%.
Yeah.
What about, we know the Dodgers wouldn't. What about the Lakers? What about Jeannie Buss?
Oh, well, they just fired Darvin Ham after 2 years. He's gone. Frank Vogel was a year removed from a championship. He gone, right? Like, they don't put up with losing down in Los Angeles.
Why are we
Although Dave Roberts has gotten a long leash, I think this is going to be his last year if they're one and done.
Then why are we putting up with it? That's my point. Why are we putting up with it?
Because of the goodwill of those 3 World Series, Joe Shaq.
But he had nothing to do with them.
No.
And the guy that you forced out on day one, Bruce Bochy, literally is the reigning World Series champion.
I think they've been lucky. Not lucky, maybe that's the wrong word, but the fact that the Niners have been so damn good and the Warriors have been so damn good has really, it should highlight just how bad the Giants have, but in actuality, it's just made